Hello, my name is Lynn Abbott and I'm a Creative Memories Advisor from Brisbane, Australia. I've been asked today to share with you my version of the February Virtual Crop Challenge number 4. So here is the sketch. It's quite a simple, straightforward sketch, which is lovely. As you can see, it has 2 portrait-size photos here, but you could actually turn the sketch if you desired, if your photos were more of the landscape style photos, and create your page that way. To use today, I'm going to be using this beautiful Welcome Home collection from Creative Memories, with beautiful embellishments and laser cut borders, the designer paper pack and variety paper pack. So let's get started. So here's my sketch again. As you can see, we've got 1 sheet of paper as a foundation, and we have a smaller piece here which our photos are mounted on. So today I've chosen the beautiful floral paper here as my base paper, and for the 8x11, this piece I cut in the lovely navy piece of paper. I've cut it at 8x11 to fit there. My suggestion when you're cutting this paper would be to cut your 12x12 sheet at the 8-inch mark first. If you cut it at the 8-inch mark first, it gives you a lovely 4-inch by 12-inch strip that you can use later, either on your page here or for borders or something for later on a different layout. So I've got that one sorted there. I've then decided with this, again we'll have a look at the sketch. This little section here comes right through to the bottom. You can see just at the bottom there's like a 1/4 of an inch strip at the bottom. For this I've chosen one of the lovely variety mats here, and I've just cut it in half so that I've got this section at the top and I'll have a small section of it at the bottom. I've done that in advance so that I'm not wasting too much of your time. So here I've cut the little mat in half, and using that piece of strip, that 4x12 strip that I'd cut off this 12x12 piece of cardstock here or paper, I've used it to mount the little variety pack on, just to give it a little bit more of a bounce. So using my ruler here, I'm going to measure in 2 inches, and this will pop there right to the top and 2 inches in from the side. So I tend to use my repositionable tape a fair bit. I really do like it. Easy to move things around if you should make a little boo-boo. So there we go, 2 inches. I'll pop that down there. There we go. And I'm going to do the same at the bottom for this 2 inches in from the bottom here. Again, I'll be using my positionable tape runner here, a little bit there, 2 inches. This rule is amazing. You can see straight through it, so it's easy to line up your 2-inch mark. So there you can see there's nothing in the middle, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be covering that with our 8x11 piece of paper here. So our next move is to actually place that down. The sketch, as you can see at the bottom here, is just a little 1/4 of an inch, but because I'm wanting to show a little bit more of my mat here, I'm going to have mine risen up a little bit further from the bottom. So I'll just pop a little bit of tape on my 8x11 piece of paper here and pop it down here. I would usually just guesstimate, really. I don't do too much measuring. There we go, that's about right, I think. So we'll pop that in there. Got our variety pack. Now we'll have a look at the sketch again. So next we've got the photos that are being added, and we have a title here. I've decided to add a few other little dimensions to my page here, just to give it a little bit more of a more of a look. So I'm using one of our gorgeous laser cut border. There, I'm going to pop that one there like that. And I've also decided to use our honeycomb border maker cartridge I'm going to add that just to the bottom of this section here. But as you can see, it's a little bit long. I want to keep this one as a 12-inch because I think that looks rather nice being left as a heading up there like a heading. And I'm going to cut this one to the 11-inch with the little scissors that we have. So just snipping off the end there, just snip that off. Snip that one off here. And at this end we need to get rid of these little bits here. So just snip those off as well. And that should just about fit along the bottom there beautifully. Again, using the repositionable tape, and I usually use one of our bits of cardboard that comes with the paper, just so that the sticky bit isn't all over my table and my workbench. So I'm just going to stick that to the bottom of that paper there. There we go. It's a little bit, that's the beauty of the repositionable tape and the ever-trusted multi-purpose tool. What do we ever do without our multi-purpose tool? Comes in so handy. There we go, that's better. Getting rid of all that leftover tape runner there. Give it a little bit of a rub. Now I'm going to adhere the laser cut to the top there. As I said, I'm going to leave that as a 12-inch. And I'll just put, don't know whether you can see me doing this, but I'm just putting a little bit of repositionable tape on that. And I'm just going to place that across the top here to give it a bit more of a lift. There we go. So with all that in place, again, I've got a little bit of a pick up here. Just pull this down a little bit. Just wasn't quite straight. There we go. Lovely. Now comes the exciting part with the photos and the embellishments. So I have chosen, a lot of people will understand me with my birds. I've chosen these two beautiful photos from my sister's garden. I'm having a crooked day today. We're going to use the repositionable tape and we can lift the whole thing up and straighten it. There we go, that's better. There we go. So I have my two beautiful photos of my pale-headed rosellas that are going to go there. And I've gone through the embellishment pack and I've chosen a few little embellishments here. I thought these might be nice popped up in here. And for the title, again, here's the sketch. We have the title across here and we have our embellishments 1, 2, 3 to give it balance across the page. So we've got one there. I'm going to use this little piece of green and this lovely home embellishment which comes in the embellishment pack. And lovely little wreath down the bottom here, which I'll pop in there. I'm going to be using some foam squares for this. And of course the little bird feeder. Would have to have the bird feeder on this page. So this is how I've decided I think will work well together there. So with stick the photos down first. Again, I tend to use repositionable tape. When I've mounted, you can see I've mounted these photos in white because I thought that just picks the photo up off the dark colour and blends in with the white on the background. I learned a little trick off Noreen Smith, the wonderful Noreen Smith advisor from Canada, who suggested that when you're doing your photo mats, instead of cutting the mat to the photo, if you cut the photo mats with a 12 by 12 piece of paper or cardstock, you could cut that into 3 4-inch pieces, and that way you could have 6 4 by 6 photo mats, or you could have some 4 by 4 photo mats in that. And most photos allow you to cut your photo down a fraction to that size. So these photo mats are actually 4 by 6 photo mats, and the photos are cut down slightly to fit that. It just saves a lot of paper if you do it that way, which is what we're all after, aren't we? Savings, that's for sure. So there's my photos laid out there. Now I'm going to pop some foam squares on some of these. I love these foam squares as well. Come in these different sizes. There we go. So quite simple. That's my version of sketch number 4. And as I said, you can turn it this way, and I have done a page in that direction. So this is my sketch I'd done earlier using the different 90 degrees turn on that one. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you, and bye for now.